Hey everybody, welcome back to another Horror Pack indie movie review here from the Maine Morgue. As always, I am your host, Jamie Santamore. Before I get into this week's title, a little bit about Horror Pack. It is a monthly subscription service, much like Box of Dread or Loot Crate, only this one is specifically for horror movies. It is 4 DVDs or 4 Blu-rays, your choice. The DVD package is $19.99 and the Blu-ray package is $24.99. Now, if you are fortunate enough to be able to afford both DVD and Blu-ray packs, you are guaranteed to get 8 different titles. If you use the promo code Join the Pack, you will get $3 off your first subscription box. All right, now that that's out of the way, this week's movie is Dark Corners, released in '06, written and directed by Ray Goyer. I hope I said that right. It stars Thora Birch, Toby Stevens, and Christian Anholt. I hope I said that right. This was a really interesting movie. I actually just watched this a few short hours ago because I realized I needed to do a horror movie review this week. Thora Birch was absolutely amazing in this movie. This really shows her range as an actress. This film is very, very well written. The nightmare scenes were very cool. The movie is confusing, and you really have to pay attention, but it's confusing in a good way, if that makes sense. I loved the mystery of the key that the woman finds in her dream and brings into the real world, supposedly brings it into the real world. I'm telling you right now that one thing I will take away from this movie, and it sounds really strange, is the term cockbreaker. Because the dream woman in this movie, and hold on a second, I have it right here, I believe. Can't remember her name. I wrote it down somewhere. But the person, she works in a morgue, and the person that they're working on had an erection, and it made me giggle, it made me laugh, because I'm thinking, yep, that's probably going to be me when I fucking die. And her co-worker says, "Oh, is this your first cockbreaker?" And then she just snaps it like a carrot, and I'm like, oh, dude. At first I wasn't sure if the Night Stalker character in this movie was in the real world or in the dream world. Either way, it was a great idea. Fertility. The lead character has fertility issues with her husband, and I thought that there was a very interesting plot point to put in a horror movie. And this is like a suspenseful romance horror. It's got a lot of different things going on, and that's one of the things I liked about it. It's got the Night Stalker who stabs his victims, so it's kind of a slasher for me, so I think that's why I really enjoyed the movie. The dreams were weird, creepy, and scary all at the same time, but you also wanted to watch them for clues about what was going on. So I thought that was a really... dreams are something that I think is a really interesting plot point for movies. I mean, and nothing will ever compare to A Nightmare on Elm Street in terms of being dream-orientated, but this plays really well for this movie. The one jump scare that I really didn't like wasn't the scare itself. I didn't like it because I saw it coming, and the scene is she's walking towards a closed curtain, and she pulls the curtains open, and the Night Stalker grabs her by the throat. I just saw it coming as she was walking up. If you watch enough of these movies, you see this stuff coming. I love the fact that the cop from the dream world is also the cop in the real world. Only in the dream he's blind, and in real life he's not. The kill while her friend is on the phone, the main character's friend is on the phone with her, I thought was good. I did kind of see it coming because it happened in the dream. So at this point in the movie, the dreams are affecting what happens in reality. I found the husband character to be very, very fucking annoying, and I really wanted him to die. Alas, he doesn't. The Night Stalker chasing the main character through the park in broad daylight I thought was interesting, because at that point she was dreaming during the day, or she thought she was dreaming during the day, having these horrible nightmares. Unraveling the mystery of the movie was very fun for me. That's something I really enjoyed while I'm watching a movie. I really enjoy a movie that makes me think and makes me go beyond the viewing experience. Like I've said a bunch of times, I'm all about the who and the why. And the blood and guts and gore in a slasher movie is great, but these types of movies really make me think, and I love a good murder mystery, so... and I knew who the Night Stalker was way before they showed it at the end of the movie, and I was like, oh, I knew it. But the ending of the movie was shocking, to say the least. Another thing I want to comment before I rate this movie is the music. And I don't really talk about the music in movies, because I don't think anything will ever be as chilling and spot on as the music from Halloween, which is my absolute favorite movie of all time. But the music in this movie really caught my attention, and I caught myself listening to the music in terms of the beats of the story. All right, with all of that said, I gave Dark Corners a 3.5 out of 5, because, well, it's not a fantastic movie, like perfect movie. It is very good. Like I said, Thora Birch is amazing in this movie. It really shows her depth as an actress and her range, and how she could go from the dream world to being the main character. Really, it surprised me how different they were and how different they had to be. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, Dark Corners. I strongly suggest this movie if you're into suspenseful horror with a little bit of blood and gore, with a really good story. Definitely go out and pick up Dark Corners. I highly recommend this movie, because I think you guys will enjoy it just as much as I have. Thank you all for taking the time to watch this video. I greatly appreciate it. I will be back on Wednesday with another episode of the Maine Morgue. Take care, everybody. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys next week.